Filipinos with Arab background is part of the story of immigration in the Philippines. The Philippines, a country with many vast communities of immigrants and foreigners, has a notable Arab community. According to a recent survey, present-day Arab migrants to the Philippines number about 22,000, but there are many Filipinos with an Arab ancestor, descended from ancient traders who visited these islands from Southern Arabia. The majority of Filipinos with Arab parentage live in Mindanao. Recently, most are immigrants, most who are entrepreneurs, settled in Manila. Languages of the Philippines, especially Filipino, as well as the English language. History. Arab traders have been visiting Philippines for nearly 2,000 years for trade purposes, and traded extensively with local Malayan chiefs, datos and rajahs that had various rajahnates in the region. Arab and Persian traders passed by the Philippines on the way to Guangzhou, China. These early Arab traders followed the pre-Islamic religions of Arabian Christianity, paganism and Sabianism. After the advent of Islam in 1380, Karim al-Makdum, the first Islamic missionary to reach the Sulu archipelago, brought Islam to what is now the Philippines, first arriving in Jolo. Subsequent visits of Arab Muslim missionaries strengthened the Islamic faith in the Philippines, concentrating in the south and reaching as far north as Manila, starting with the conquest of Malaysia by the Portuguese and Indonesia by the Dutch. The Philippines began to receive a number of Malaysian Arab refugees, including several Malaysian princes and displaced court advisors. Soon, vast sultanates were established overlapping the existing indigenous Filipino barangay governing system and Indianized royalty. The two largest were the Sultanate of Mindanao, which loosely governed most of southern Mindanao, and the Sultanate of Sulu, which included Basilan, Jolo, and parts of Borneo. Several other smaller but famous sultanates were also established, such as the Sultanate of Lanao in Mindanao, which was later conquered by the Spanish in the 16th century. The ties between the sultanates in Mindanao remained economically and culturally close to Indonesia, Brunei, and Malaysia until the end of the 19th century, when the sultanates were weakened by the Spanish and later the American militaries. According to the Syrian consulate in Makati, the first Orthodox Christians on the islands were Syrian and Lebanese merchants and sailors, who arrived in Manila after the city was opened to international trade. Many of the Lebanese sailors married local women, and the descendants have since become Philippine citizens, including the owners of a famous pizzeria in Manila. In recent times, the first wave of Arabs to arrive to the Philippines were refugees from the war-torn nations, such as Lebanon, which was under civil war in the 1980s, and Arab nations involved with the Gulf War in 1991. Other Arabs are entrepreneurs who intend to set up businesses. Present-day Arab Filipino families include the Bediri, Usman bin Hisafan from Hadramat Abu Bakr, Bajanadan Samanodi of Jolo, Lanao, Cotabato and Maguindanao. In the early 1900s, Tuan Guru Muhammad Ali Samanodi arrived in the Philippines. He taught Islam in the provinces of Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, Maguindanao and Lanao. He married Dayang Siti Sagwira Laj Basol Maulana, a descendant of the Kirams of the Sulu Sultanate. They had as children Datu Sali El Samanodi, Datu Usman El Samanodi, and Dayang Siti Jane Samanodi Maulana. One of her children is Putli Suhani C. Samanodi, who married former ARMM Governor Datu Zakaria A. Kandok, descendant of Datu Pulalontaub, Rajamuda of Simue and member of the Maguindanao Sultanate. Tuan Guru Samanodi also married Hadja Siti Zubaida Yacob. His other wives were Halima and Zainab, both of Mindanao descent. Former ARMM speaker Ismail Pochong Abu Bakr is descended from the Bediri from his mother's side and Abu Bakr from his father's side. Former MSU Jensen Chancellor Mona Barjanade is of Arab descent. Ivlanao Solomon of Cotabato City, the Neshiawat family of the Philippines. The Solomons of Cotabato City are among the Arab pioneers and migrated to the then town of Cotabato to start a new life. He first came to the Philippines through Bacolod City, then Kidapawan in North Cotabato, and finally to Cotabato City. He settled in Cotabato City and became a prominent businessman. Jack Jacob Ayd Solomon Yaqub Ayd Neshiawat was born in Al Salt, Jordan. He used to own a bazaar and barber shop in Magdalene Street in Cotabato City. He was a respected figure among the city's vast Muslim community. The Neshiawat family of Al Salt, to which the Solomon family descended from, are among the oldest family in Jordan and can be traced as early as 14th century. The Neshiawats of today still exist in Al Salt, which was recently declared a protected area by Queen Rania of Jordan. Jack Solomon had 3 wives, of whom he had 6 children, the eldest being Charito Solomon Bueno, a respected academician and professor of Notre Dame University, married to Damaso Bueno Sr., and had 4 children, namely Damaso Jr., Ma, Donna, Jack Thomas and Emmanuel. Then followed by Dr. Joseph Ayd Solomon, a neurosurgeon married to Dr. Ella Sutton Solomon, based in Baltimore, Maryland, United States, and had 3 children, Jack Joseph, Pamela and Michael. Nelson Ayd Solomon, a retired banker of Philippine National Bank, married to Sylvia Garsing, a daughter of one of Cotabato City's pioneer Vicente Garsing of Victoria's Negroes, and had 3 children, namely Jacqueline, Jack Vincent and Judah. Miriam Solomon Anino, a chemical engineer married to Dr. Rolando Anino, had 3 children, namely Loveland Grace, Jack Rowland and Rolando Jr. Jack Solomon Jr., a mariner, and Gamal Solomon, married to Janet Flores, with 4 boys, Jack Christopher, John Paolo, Gian Gamaliel and Jairo Angelo. The Solomons of today have left Cotabato for good. Bagus of Zamboanga, Mahmoud of Cotabato and General Santos, Palestinian wives of noted Islamic scholars from the Pasagan family of Maguindanao-and-Davao. In the Visayas, the Karam family of Iloilo, the Dean and Juriadani families from Cebu are of Arab descent. In Davao, the Nasa and Borgali family, mostly they are of Lebanese origin. The Shmail family of New Manila are also of Lebanese descent, and Hamadi Street is named after one of the relatives who was of Palestinian origin. From Tuguegarao, Cagayan Valley of the Abrahams, whose original family name was Fakri, who are blood relations of the Maronite Catholic St. Charbel from Lebanon. Some movie and TV celebrities are also of Arab descent. Among them are Carlos Agassi, Charlie DeVoe, Dawn Zulueta, Kula Desma, Anna Rosas, Uma Kani, Jasmine Kurdi, and Jesse Mendiola. The historian Cesar Adib Majil was the son of a Greek Orthodox Christian immigrant from Syria. He became a prominent historian on the Muslim Moro people and the history of Islam in the Philippines, and wrote many books about Moros and Islam. He converted to Islam. The Christian Arab-American Drive. Najib Matri Salibi, who was born in Ottoman Lebanon in 1870 and emigrated to America, served as a medic in the American Army and was sent to the Philippines, where he became superintendent of schools in the Moro province. He co-owned a house with the Lebanese Maronite immigrant John Awad in Davao in Mindanao, but unlike Awad, Saleeby does not appear to have stayed in the Philippines and instead returned to America, as he has no descendants in the Philippines. Dr. Saleeby became a historian on the Moro people and the Sultanates after learning the languages and wrote several books on the history. Saleeby died in 1935. The Awad families of Davao forebearer is the Lebanese Maronite Christian John Awad, who hailed from the Beqaa Valley. In the 1880s, John Awad converted some Muslims around Davao to Christianity.